it's a temperamental quality, not an intellectual quality. You don't need tons of IQ in this business. I mean, you have to have enough IQ to get from here to downtown Omaha, but you do not have to be able to play three-dimensional chess or be in the top leagues in terms of bridge playing or something of the sort. You need a stable personality.
What we have for you today is something that a lot of you must have thought about in your investment life. Which would be the stocks in which the top investors invest in? And how much do they get out of such deals? What provokes them to buy these stocks, and how do they get access to certain kinds of information that helps them make a decision? The answer to all these questions lies within the next 10 minutes, so stay with us and we'll make sure you learn it all. People like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger have been an inspiration for a lot of investors in the world. Many times we ourselves have spent hours watching their videos, trying to learn a thing or two from them, but it's not necessary that it may happen every time. Though not a lot, we try to decipher what these steps that they have mentioned means and how do you apply it in the most efficient manner. Based on these, we came up with 5 stocks that the smart investors buy. So if this is what you've been looking for, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and also let us know what you feel about these stocks in the comment section. Now let's get chopping. Bill Gates, Bill Ackman, Ray Dalio, Guy Spier, and a lot of other names may just rush into your minds the moment we start a video on the best investors. Normally, these videos are based on their life and their strategies and may be limited to a single one of them. Today's video will combine these views and will compress the best parts out of it to fit into this video today. So let us look at what these investors buy and what makes them different. Irrespective of what they bought, keep in mind that making investments in the stock market is highly dependent on your knowledge of subjects and your interests. The aim that you have may be different from what they have. So always be consistent with your approach, but always do leave some space for learning new things. The difference generally lies in the manner in which one allocates risks, manages times, and the amount they invest. So with those differences in place, you may have a totally different portfolio compared to anyone else. Therefore, watch this video to get an idea where the smart money is being invested. We will start from the bottom of the 5. At 5th comes Comcast. This is a global media-based company that has been performing really well in the recent years. They have a total of 3 core business segments. This is where you need to pay attention. The 3 of them are Comcast Cable, NBC Universal, and Sky. So if you're a person who understands such a business and would like to be a part of a few upcoming and growing ones in the market, do make sure to check them out. 53% of the revenue came from Comcast Cable, while Universal and Sky made up 31%, and the remaining 16% was made up from Sky. NBC Universal has further subdivisions that deal with media, studios, and the theme parks. The cable business is responsible for providing cable TV coverage for people within the United States and has been running at good margins for a while. With 31.7 million residential customers and 2.3 million business customers, the company has been working wonders. Sky is another entertainment business and has been recognized as the largest in Europe. It is known worldwide for the Sky News broadcast and Sky Sports. All essentials such as the free cash flow, EPS, and others look very promising with over 12% increase annually. Comcast therefore has proved to be one of the leading companies in this segment and will certainly make a huge difference in the market as time passes. While we say that, allow us to mention that the super investors look at it as a company that has already established a huge market and is aware of what to do owing to the experience it has had in the past. One very significant part about them is that they pay out 30% of their income as dividend. This makes them a very good investment for you. The next one on the list is the very renowned Meta. This must have been one of the very expected companies on the list, and the reason is very evident. It has Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Messenger under it. The 4 of the most used social media applications in the world. Their revenue comes majorly from these 4 applications and have been pretty profitable as the world has started harnessing the power of social media. 97% of the revenue comes directly from selling ads, so ad revenue is something they make a very good margin at. Now speaking of how popular they have become, 33% of the total Earth's population, or 2.82 billion people, have an account on one of their apps. The number is what amazes us and makes us realize the size of business they have in the market. The hours for which an app is being used in a day is what makes things even more crazier. Their revenue has grown to an average of 41.3% per year over the past 10 years. The next one we have is the MasterCard, which is then followed by Visa at number 2. So both of these companies, as you must certainly be aware of, have a similar line of business. Both these companies have been performing really well when it comes to the market. They have been able to acquire over a period of time. The fourth quarter for both of them has not been really that great. Though this is the case, it is certainly not a new thing to see these businesses performing really well in terms of the stocks that it is being able to sell. One of the major reasons why a lot of people trust this business is due to the fact that they have a much higher competitive advantage over the others in line. These, being the transfer facilitators, are the ones that play the essential role of enabling the transfer for all payments. This makes them extremely important for any transaction, irrespective of its nature, and hence become the reason for the smooth functioning of transactions. The technology on which they keep working on is something that is very smooth and secure. This adds up to the overall advantage that people see while making use of them. To enable such transactions, they charge a very small fee that acts as a revenue for them. Even though this small amount is negligible for us, this amount adds up to a great amount, especially when we are processing over 200 billion transactions per year. One of the greatest parts of being the facilitator is that they don't really have to bear the risk of credit that the banks will have to do. If we make a comparison between Visa and MasterCard, Visa will undoubtedly be noticed on the higher side. The competition among them is close enough, and most of the market has been acquired by both these companies together. These factors compel the super investors to make a good investment in these companies.
Well, our mission is Earth's most customer-centric company.
Well, you must have figured it out after seeing him. The one at the top is Amazon. Something which you all may have guessed. Amazon's performance in the past has really been amazing. It has been able to rack up great profits. The stock did fall down around 18% and then came back up after a while. This happened in January and was certainly not what the company expected to see around the new year. Even though we did see a stumble, it was not at all hard for them to regain their position and gain back the prices they lost. It is a fact that Amazon is a pretty expensive stock to invest in, while on the other hand, this business has great potential in the long term. This, as a matter of fact, has been preached by a lot of investors for a long time. Amazon has been a great innovation and has also been able to raise the standard of living of the world by a great margin, making goods available at cheaper rates, more importantly, making timely deliveries to locations that were previously unreachable for courier services. So that's all for today. We'll meet you again in the coming videos. Until we meet again, continue learning and watching more videos. Hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you wish to learn more. Turn on the post notifications to never miss out on anything. Adios, amigo!